I was looking in here. This definitely reminds me of some very interesting places I've been before.
I get what you're putting down.
So now sleep doesn't have to be boring, if you know what I'm talking about. But as far as disruption, I think it's just being true to yourself. I think it's just being real. I think it's sticking to your guns, sticking to your ideas, and willing to fight for something. It's easy to follow trends. It's easy to want to go viral. It's easy to think that instant gratification really exists. I'm telling you, being 25 years in the music business and in different businesses, the only thing that pays off here is hard work. There is no way you're gonna cut the corner. There's no way, there's no cheat sheet. There's no magic formula. There's no secret sauce that doesn't exist. If you're willing to put in the work, then you will have that outcome. But living in today's society where people think it's like, oh, I'm gonna post this and I got X amount of likes and X amount of followers and I'm gonna have this billion-dollar business. Well, you know what, you might, but what comes quick leaves quicker. The most important part of anything that you're building in life, a business, a relationship, is the journey.
Yeah.
It's the story, it's the fight, it's the struggle, it's the sacrifice. That's what makes people respect you at the end of the day. A lot of people, whether they may or may not like the product, whether they may or may not like my music, it doesn't matter. They have to respect the journey.
Yes.
And that to me is what's given us longevity, an amazing team as well, people that share the same vision, same goals, and that are willing to get down and dirty when needed to. And bottom line, doing it from the heart. And music for me, music was my ticket out. Music has given me the opportunity to be here having this kind of conversation. Music has given me the opportunity to build schools, being somebody that didn't graduate from high school. So the reason that it's given me that is because I've given it my all, my blood, sweat, and tears. And that is how you, bottom line, create longevity, live longevity, and create something generational.
And you continue to do it. It's not like
Thank you.
one and done, too. I think that's the other thing, too. It's not just hard work at the beginning and then you coast. Like, you're still working to this day to keep the longevity. I think another thing, too, is now there's this buzzword of manifestation, and we use it even as well, because manifestation is very close to dreams, right? Like dreaming and manifesting. But tell us what you think of sort of manifesting is, and because you obviously had a dream at one point, but your dream now is a reality. So what did it take to make your dream a reality?
Well, I want to go back to the team thing as far as longevity and things of that nature before I answer that question. Another thing for anybody that's opening business, anybody that's a startup, anybody that's an entrepreneur, anybody that's a hustler, bottom line, in a positive way, you gotta stay humble. You have to stay humble. Humble don't stumble. Humility is something that people respect. Respect the janitor the same way you respect the CEO, and that right there will give you longevity as well. As far as manifestation, I think manifestation's amazing. You can write down your goals, you can speak them into existence, you can put them out in the universe. But if you're not willing to put in the work, if there's no action, then that right there it's not a dream. That's a facade. That's a smoking mirror. That is something that just doesn't exist and won't happen without the action, right? When it comes to dreaming, I tell people all the time, why dream when you can live it? And I mean that. Because if you're willing to, I'm gonna keep saying the word work a lot, because I'm gonna program it in your head by the time you leave here, because hard work, bottom line, no matter which way, shape, or form, how you cut it or slice it, pays off.
Yeah.
So if you're willing to write it down, you're willing to believe in it, and you're willing to go get it, then it will happen. But if you think you're just gonna write it down and you're gonna speak about it and magically it's gonna happen, then you're better off maybe, I don't know, doing a deal with David Copperfield or Chris Angel, which I have nothing but respect for.
Yeah.
I highly respect what they got going on, which, by the way, I'm sure that they dreamed it, they worked hard for it, and now's the hardest part, right? Maintaining it.
Yeah, yeah.
So for everybody out there that's trying to make something happen in their life, don't talk about it, be about it. Bottom line.
I love that. I hope someone's writing this down. Another thing, too, I found super interesting that I didn't know until we were discussing working together is giving back. because that's also a core value for Hush, is giving back to the community. Since the start of the business, it's about giving back to people that necessarily can't have basic things. So bedding for a lot of people is seen as a luxury. Bedding for some people is a basic necessity that sometimes I think we take for granted. And I know you also have given back to communities that are meaningful to you. Can you share with everyone what that is?
Growing up in Miami, I grew up in a lot of different neighborhoods. Good, bad, worst, ugly. The safest I felt in the bad neighborhoods, the worst things I saw in the good neighborhoods. Crazy enough. Never been a troublemaker, just always been around some trouble. And I went to a lot of different schools, 20, maybe 25 of them. I don't know, I lost count, to be honest with you. Didn't graduate high school, but a teacher changed my life. And when I was hopeless, she gave me hope. And ironically, it all lined up. And her name is Hope Martinez. And all she did, something very simple, but yet something very powerful. She believed in me. She pulled me to the side and she said, I believe in you. I believe in you. And one day, when she gave me this opportunity to be able to go to a DMX video shoot in 1998, and me being a knucklehead, you know, I was so excited about it. And in order to get the paper to be an extra in this video, just to be able to see DMX, may he rest in peace in paradise, she kept pulling the paper away from me. You know, every time I go to grab it, she's like, no, no. And I go to grab it, she's, no, no. And she goes to me. Right when I grabbed it, she goes, listen to me and listen to me closely. I don't ever want anything from you in life, nothing. I just want you to thank me when you win your first award because I believe in you, right? I've been thanking her ever since so much that she says, hey, you gotta stop thanking me at this point, right? But Hope Martinez changed my life. She changed my direction. She changed my path. She changed my trajectory. Because when I went to that video shoot, I ended up battling another rapper named Dragon that was part of the Rough Riders at the time. And that battle set off my music career with a producer named Irv Gotti, who he rest in peace as well, but he's the one that brought Jay-Z, Ja Rule, and DMX in the late 90s to a company called Def Jam. And I caught his attention. And he told me something that day, which I was willing to take action. He said, hey, come here, let me holler at you. I said, yeah, what's going on? He said, you the one causing all this ruckus up here? Money, I'm 17 years old, you know, I think I know it all. And I'm like, yeah, that's me. He said, you write music? And I said, nah, I just freestyle. He said, yeah, that freestyling shit is great, but it don't make no money. And I was like, whoa, wait a second. I gotta start writing music. It was that point right there. So Hope believing in me in school led me to meet Irv Gotti, who led me to write music, who a decade later I thought about it and I said, shit, Irv Gotti was right. Freestyle, that means I was doing it for free, you know? Now it's a paid style, but it was due to her believing in me. I ended up there. I gave you that story, why? Music has given me the opportunity for somebody that didn't graduate from high school to be able to build schools. Not only build them in one of my old neighborhoods called Little Havana, La Pequeña Habana. It's been up for 10 years now. 97% of these kids are on free lunch. It's a public charter school. Those kids are just like me. Those kids just need somebody to believe in them. Those kids at this point from the inner city coming from D, F, C schools, they're now a part of an A school that's been graduating at 100% for the last 3 years. See, well, we're gonna get there. We'll get there, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But it gets deeper than that. Why? Because didn't graduate high school, teacher gave me an opportunity by believing in me, and now we're up to 15 schools around the United States of America. So when they ask me, Chico, how many kids you got? I love to tell them all the time, I got 10,000 kids. 10,000 kids. And that is why we have these kind of conversations. Yeah. That is, well, now thank you, I appreciate it. That's why any given time that we're able to talk about a company, startup, or a company with an amazing story, a company with amazing vision and goals, I take the time to have these conversations, because in the new society and in this new world, you guys have access to the whole world in the palm of your hands. The whole world. But I just think we may be accessing the wrong things sometimes. And due to the world of social media where people think that things happen from 1 minute to the next, from 1 second to the next, I don't want it now, I want it right now, that does not exist. And we, as well, in my business, let me tell you what my business is like. The music business, all right, I got 3 seconds to hook you on a record. 3 seconds. It used to be 6, now it's 3. And in our business, you're here today and you're gone today. Here today, gone today. My business, they listen to a record now and they go, I don't even know who's singing the record. I don't care. I just like the song. So to stay relevant in the business, like the music business at this point,
Yeah.
bottom line is when you do it because you love it, you do it with passion, you fight for it, you stand for something. If you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. And if you don't know where you're from, you don't know where you're going. So to be able to apply that to the music business opened doors to education and then opened doors to entrepreneurship,
Yeah.
which entrepreneurship is a big word. I'm like, fuck it, I'm just a hustler. You know, a hustler in a good way, but a hustler.
Yeah, yeah.
And anytime that I am able to be blessed to have a platform to speak about what it is to really build something, nobody here can build a building from the top down. It just doesn't exist, right? You got to build it from the bottom up. But before you build that building, what do you need? You need cement. You need something strong to be able to hold that building as you take it up there, right? Well, now people are kind of building it backwards in a house of cards,
Yeah.
you know? So I always want to be able to be here and let everybody know it's not easy. It is hard. And the hard part is the fun part. The story is the best part. The part to be able to tell people you would never guess or imagine how we ended up doing what we're doing. That is priceless. So thank you for having me here today. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for coming.
You know, I love the story as far as what's going on with the company. And I also love to be a part of things that are growing. So
Yeah. We
Thank
love
you.
having you. Thanks,
it's my pleasure.
everyone.
We're good?
We're good.
Oh,
We're gonna do
man,
some
I thought the
photos.
party was just getting started. Well,
Yeah.
Bueno, to everybody here, really appreciate you so much for having me. Hopefully you took some of the gems and the jewels and whatever we're dropping, you picking up. But with that said, enjoy this amazing place. Beautiful, beautiful day. Gracias a Dios, imagínate tú. Y para todos los latinos que están aquí, para adelante, para arriba, porque no hay más nada. Y ya tú sabes, dale, que tú puedes.